Alright everybody, so here we are going to have a look at ninth question. Here it says write a function for f1 score that takes the true positive, false positive, true negative and false negative as input and outputs the f1 score, right? So this is what you're gonna solve. Now when you're working on this question, I believe that you're already familiar with these terms. What is precision, recall, false positive, true positive, false negative, true negative, and what of f1 score is, right? Just in case if you are not familiar with this thing, I highly recommend you to check out our data science playlist, and in that you have this video, this comprehensive video. Like you can see, this is of 17 minutes long video. Okay, so it covers everything end to end, and after watching this I'm damn sure you would have very good clarity on this, right? And once you are done with watching this thing, I highly recommend you watch either of these two videos. Over here, over there, I have tried to cover the practical example of precision recall, true positive, true positive, false positive, and all those things, right? So after watching these videos, you would have very good concept of all these things. Okay, when you are watching this video, you can, if you want, you can directly skip to the last one if you are already familiar with data science regression techniques and all those things, right? But I recommend you to check out this video at least, so that you would have a very good understanding, just in case if you don't know this thing already. Okay, but if you know, and you here, if you just want to understand how to code that in Python, then I'm directly going to take you that. So other than that, here is the presentation which has the formula to calculate f1 score. This is what we're gonna use. All right, and here is the formula to calculate the precision and recall. So this is what we're gonna use given the true positive, false positive, and true negative and false negative values are as input. And we find this f1 score. We find this f1 score in both of the context, means where for positive things and for negative outcome, for both of the outcomes. Okay, for example, if you see here, 0 means that's no fraud and 1 means fraud. So for fraud also, if you see, we have calculated the f1 score, and for 0 also the f1 score has been calculated. But this was done using the modules and libraries. Here what we're gonna do is we're gonna calculate it ourselves. Okay, we will be writing the code to calculate it. Like you can see here, I have assigned the values for true positive, false positive, true negative, and false negative. Let's start with calculating recall. Okay, so here I'm just going to say recall. So the formula for recall is for true positive things. Okay, when we say formula for recall, so we are trying to find wherever it is positive outcome, and for that we are trying to find the recall. So if whatever I'm saying, if that is confusing you, I highly recommend you to go ahead and watch this video again. So now to find the recall for positive outcomes, we would say true positive divided by true positive plus false positive. So this is what the formula is to find the recall. Okay, let's just try. So here you see, you get recall of true positive plus false positive will be denominator, and true positive will be numerator. So what we are getting is 0.54. So let's see if this is what we had over here as well. Do we have precision and recall? Yes, you see over here, where for the fraud cases, wherever the model is predicting it as fraud, the precision is 0.55, which is approximately the same which we just calculated. Okay, this is what. Now let's call the recall. Oops, this will be precision. I'm sorry, I just wrote it incorrectly, right? So this is precision, not recall. Okay, and now I'm going to write the formula for recall, and that formula will be true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. All right, and then we calculate the recall. So this is what we are getting, 0.72. Let's just have a look on this. You see, 0.72 we have got the recall. So that means it is working fine. Okay, so we are done with calculating the precision and recall. Now let's try to find the formula where we take the input, we make it dynamic and take the input from the user, right? So here is what I'm going to write: def f1 score and in that I will pass the value true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative, and I would say F1 for, means for what condition we want to find it, for positive or for negative. Okay, and after that what we're gonna do is, so it is very important, if you are asked in the interviewer, if your interviewer asks you to write the F1 score formula, so you just ask him for whether he wants you to write this thing for positive cases or for negative cases, then you will be able to make it well. Otherwise here I'm just going to make it for both, right? So if I would say if F1 underscore for equals to positive, then do this. All right, then do this, otherwise else do and here I would say F1 score needs to be written. Okay, so for F1 score formula is like you can see over here. Here is the formula: 2 into precision into recall divided by precision plus recall. So here I would say 2 into, inside the bracket I would say precision into recall, and then let's enclose this into the bracket, and this divided by, again I'll keep a bracket over here, precision plus recall. Okay, so whatever comes sum up over here, that will be used as denominator, this will be numerator, and whatever comes out of this, that will be F1 score, and here I will just return the F1 score. Okay, F1 score, right? So this is the same thing I would repeat for this part. Here we go. The only difference here we are going to make is because this will be for negative, right? So true negative divided by true negative plus false negative, and for recall we're gonna say true negative divided by true negative plus false positive. Okay, now that is it. So that's it. Oops, there seemed to be some problem. If F1 for equals, oops, here I just need to do this. Okay, that is it. Now after that what we're gonna do is we will just take this here, and here I'm just going to say F1, oops, F1 score, and what I can do is, because I have the same naming convention, so I will use the same thing. Okay, over here, and here I will say positive, and let's return. So you see for positive what we get is 0.62. Let's just validate if this is correct. Oh, it's correct. You see 0.62 is the F1 score. Here is the F1 score, this is the positive term, and here is what we got. Let's try for negative, right? Let's try for negative. Here is what we got, 0.99, which will be approximately 1, and here is what we have. Alright, so this is what precision and recall and F1 score is in a nutshell. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching the video.